looking at Ayn and Ha in more detail, they're from the epiglottis, right, as it says, okay? And to be able to get this part of the throat, because many people struggle with this, you actually have to open up the back of the mouth. So that's why you will see a lot of teachers, or shuyukh say, open the mouth to be able to get ah, 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 Ayn and Ha, Ha. If you notice, look, it's underneath the root of the tongue. That muscle there, or that piece of cartilage, is underneath the root of the tongue. So what you need to do is open the mouth, okay, so that the root is not used, and so that you use the part that's underneath the root of the tongue. One common mistake is that people use the root of the tongue to say Ayn and Ha. Okay, they'll say Ayn, 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 like this, Ayn. They see the tongue goes back, Ayn, Ayn, and they use it a lot. They might use it on the uvula there. He might touch the uvula with the tongue to get the sound, which is completely wrong, of course. So not Ayn, not just you have to relax the tongue. The tongue must be relaxed. So what you need to do is when you practice, you should look in the mirror, look into the mirror, and see, is your tongue moving? It shouldn't move back. It shouldn't touch anything. And you should be only using, naturally, only using this part here, which you can't see, by the way, if you look in your mouth. Some people can see it if they open the mouth wide and they lower their tongue, but most people can't see it. Okay, so that is there. Okay. Okay, so note that you must open the back when you're practicing. So I'm opening my mouth here, right? But I'm actually focusing on opening the back part over here, right? To be able to reach this deep sound, this deep down. So to reach that deep place, you open. You're trying to open here, around there, and to get that spot. And also, while you're practicing, you will notice that it's not something that you try hard or strain to get. It's a very soft feeling. You almost can't feel it at all. It's you might even be confused that, oh, is this actually the right sound, or is it actually the right place, because it's very soft. That's because you're not using your tongue. If you were to use your tongue, it would feel harder. It would feel like you're putting effort to say the sound. But because you're not putting that much effort to say it through the tongue, it will feel a lot lighter through this, only using the epiglottis. Look. Ah, 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 ah. The sound of epiglottis also is like this. Ah, 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 ah. Okay, that's the epiglottis. Notice also, look, in Ayn, here, Ayn actually goes towards the back and touches the throat of the wall of the throat. Okay, and we'll look at that in more detail later. But what happens here is that there's two sounds or two parts to Ayn. There's a part that is not touching the wall as it's going backwards naturally, right? So if I go back to the wall, I'm still not touching. Then I eventually touch. That's when the sound stops. So it's right, like that. That's how Ayn works. And if you see ha is always partially open. Ha is not touching the wall of the throat fully, right? It's partially open. That makes pressure, high pressure, and sharp sound. But the air flows out fully. Okay. So in contrast to Ayn flows but then stops. Ha always flows. Ha, ah, ah, ah. Right.